Hello everyone. So instead of our usual videos where we talk about products or installation videos, we're going to flip the script today. And I'm actually going to show you guys one of our buddies' cars that actually drove to us from Minnesota all the way to Fremont, California for what he thought was just going to be a simple inspection before joining us at the track at Buttonwillow Raceway. That turned into a whole ordeal. So it is this car here. This car here is owned by our buddy, Dan, and Dan has a full Mountain Pass car, practically. I mean, he's got a lot of the important stuff, as well as the Mountain Pass rear wing, the GT wing. So what happened is we found out Dan was coming to Tesla Corsa. This was last year, actually. And we told Dan to drive through our facility first and just caravan with us to Tesla Corsa. You know, I'd been offering Dan some endless brake pad support, shipping him out to Minnesota. He'd been running tracks out there for some time, and we never got to meet in person. So, you know, I offered him the opportunity to come down here. Let's throw his car on the rack. Let's just do a quick alignment, because he drove down on his street tires. We would put his track tires on, do a track alignment. He'd go to Buttonwillow, run the event, then come back up here with us. We'd put his street alignment back on. He'd drive back home, and then his plan was to drive back for the next Tesla Corsa event, which was going to be about 3 weeks or so later. So he finally arrived here, and we put it up on the rack, and when we did that, we actually noticed a bunch of things that were either not installed correctly. His dampers were actually set at different values, compression rebound, left and right. So he had already been running several track days. He'd never adjusted them himself. He had a local shop out in Minnesota install his stuff, a reputable exotics luxury type of shop, probably works on Lamborghinis and stuff, but not on Teslas. Turns out that they didn't give it the attention to detail that he had expected, and when we went to do a once over on the car, check torque on everything, we found out that there was a lot of stuff that was left not done to the best standard. So what we thought was going to be a 1 hour alignment and inspection turned into a whole ordeal, a whole day. We will leave a link down below. We actually posted it on our blog. Actually, it's on a testimonials blog on our website. So I'll link that down below so you can read some of the stuff in his own words. But lo and behold, we fixed the whole car up. We drove it down. He actually had some old RE71Rs on it. Drove down to Buttonwillow. Gave him a little bit of instructional coaching. Steven did. And he ran the event, and he actually beat his best time in prior years by, I believe it was like 6 or 7 seconds, 7 seconds. So I think he was running a 206 before CW13 configuration. He dropped down into the 159, so he sub-2'd, and that was his goal. If he was going to drive out here from Minnesota, he wanted to sub-2. So he accomplished that. He just broke it. Event was done. We're super happy, excited for him. He accomplished it. Drove back up, and we were like, shucks, you know, does it really make sense for you to drive home and then drive back for the next Tesla Corsa event? That's so much time. And, you know, we brainstormed, put our heads together, and we decided, you know what, we're just going to store the vehicle for you and go over it, like really go over the vehicle, put our touch on it. We're going to actually change up your wheels and tires. We opted to go with some Aspira forged wheels because his wheels were not faring so well. So we got him on some 18 10.5s, and then we threw on some, I had to scramble actually, could not find tires for the life of me. We ended up finding some Goodyear Supercar 3Rs to throw on the car. So he ran, I believe it was a 265 40/18 on these 18 10.5s. Those tires do run wide, so it's a beautiful setup. That is actually what is on this car in this picture, is the Aspira forged AF10s with the Goodyear Supercar 3R tires. So we set the car up, aligned it. He came back, flew back into town, got in the car, drove to Tesla Corsa with us, and he beat his time again. He dropped into the 57s. So, you know, it just goes to show that, you know, a lot of dedication on our clients' parts, our friends. We're a whole team. So we all got together, put our work into it, and it proved to provide great results. So without further ado, we're going to show you guys some B-roll at Tesla Corsa of him running the track. And once again, guys, we really appreciate your support. Our hearts and souls are deep into these vehicles, showing what we can do. Electrifying motorsports is our slogan and our motto. And again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.